Dave Coulier wears many hats: actor, comedian, host, and voiceover man. To many of us, he'll always be Joey Gladstone in Full House and on the new reboot Fuller House, which is streaming now on Netflix.
But now Dave is bringing his creativity as well as some of his co-stars to a new musical children's storybook, The Adventures of Jimmy Bugar. Yes, kids and parents, it's all about boogers. Dave, good morning.
Well,
Dylan says it's about time, and you're saying there hasn't been something like this.
There has not, and it's a unique book in that there's 15 songs in here that are embedded in the book, so kids can read along and sing along and just scroll through the pages.
It's a digital book, then.
It's a digital book, and it's on. It's for Kindle and iPad, and I wanted to create something where kids would read, and I think you have to entertain kids. So there's 92 pages of illustrations here by Bob Harper, who's a Disney animator, and John Stamos is in this. He does the voice of Buck Naked.
Of course he does.
Jimmy lives in Nova Scotia with his mom, Sugar Booger.
Cute.
And Sugar was one of the snodettes at Radio City Mucus Hall, and her voice is done by Lori Loughlin. And then Jodie Sweetin sings a wonderful country duet with Robbie Wyckoff, who's the lead singer of the Roger Waters Wall Tour. And so I didn't want to play down to kids. I wanted to have some pretty sophisticated music. So there's reggae, there's jazz, there's blues, there's country, there's all kinds of different songs. And a lot of jokes in here for the parents. So when your kids are driving you nuts driving around in the back of the minivan, the parents are getting entertained too.
Let me say thank you for that, because sometimes it's a long slog getting through those books for mom and dad. But you're right. We were just talking. I have a 6-year-old. This is how they interface with reading, and they swipe and they know so fluently how to do all this stuff. So it's a smart play.
Thank you. Kids are on, they're on tablets, and that's where they get all their information. And I love when I see kids read, and it's just, I guess I'm very passionate about, doing something for kids. I've been rooted in family programming all these years. I got to see the Full House kids grow up before my eyes, and so I've always been entertaining kids. So this book will crack kids up.
And you knew boogers was the way to go. I mean, besides farting, boogers is right up there.
Well, there's a song in here called "We Love to Fart." So let's
get it in.
That'll be part 2.
That'll be part 2. Yes. Yes.
See how the puns are working.
The beginning.
How fun was it coming up with the different names and?
Well, it was a world. I wanted to create a world that was really fun for kids, and because I'm always calling kids, "Come here, you little booger, come over here," So so that cracks kids up, and I wanted to create a world where there was a lot of puns. So there's Little Sneezers, is the big diner in Nova Scotia, owned by Art Fleming. There's Emily Snotasaki, who's the most beautiful booger in Nova Scotia. There's Hank Kerchief, who's a blogger, and he calls himself a blooger.
I can't wait to read this. Bedtime tonight, Luke.
It's a lot of fun. Well, Andrea Barber, who plays Kimmy Gibbler on Fuller House, her daughter just loves this. She said it's the only thing she wants to read every night at bedtime. And so this is great bedtime reading. Parents will get a kick out of it. And the music is actually very sophisticated. Dave Koz plays saxophone on this. And so it's not kiddie music. It's even
though it's about boogers, there's some stuff in there too.
Yeah, it's evened out. Yeah.
Okay, by the good jazz and the cool music.
You're one sneeze away from lowbrow.
Let's talk Fuller House, because is it true? I can't believe this. You've never actually seen the original series, and you haven't even binge watched the new series.
Really? I will someday. I'm sure I'll be hooked up to monitors. But that show I was on, I put it on. I've just never. I'm kind of like the last person I want to watch. But someday I'll have my binge watching, and I've seen a couple episodes. My son grew up on Full House, so he used to call it Daddy's Show. So he'd say, "Can I watch Daddy's Show?" And I'm like, "Finish your broccoli." So someday I'll watch all of them. I'm actually going to direct one of the episodes of Fuller House this year. So
That's
I'm looking forward to that.
Season 2 already getting started.
Yeah, we're starting up in a few weeks here. It's exciting. It's surreal at the same time being back in the house, back at Warner Brothers. It's so much fun, and what a gift to work with people who I truly love.
It really is a family. You get a sense of that.
Yeah,
Dave, so good to see. Not Jeff Daniels.
Yes, thank you.
So many people.
Are you dumb or dumber? I can never figure out what you want.
Do not confuse them. The Adventures of Jimmy Bugar, available now for download.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.